And everyone has a story to tell, and if you do that well and you follow the steps, you can actually start to deliver on, and making the sales easier rather than having people coming in and go, I don't really know your product, but how much are you? To actually go, I know who you are, I know your story, I'm now interested in potentially buying off you. And that's so powerful.
Welcome back to Quick Wins with Com. I'm Richard Tutungi, and today we just finished up a New Age of Online Marketing, our first New Age Online Marketing in Christchurch, New Zealand. And I'm very lucky to have Richard Beattie, CEO of Exercise New Zealand. Thanks for sitting in the back and really taking those notes.
Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. There were so many people in this room with great questions, learning lots.
Yeah, and that's what it was about today. It was about strategy first, implementation and tactical. One of the things that I taught, it was the cash injection strategy, one of the 12 strategies that we give. And it was all about making sure that you can take Facebook and you can generate 7 clients for free. And one of the examples, I had one of our Ninja clients have generated over $30,000 just by doing a 7-step strategy that we call the cash injection strategy. And I saw a lot of people going, wow, let's get into that. It doesn't cost any money. What do you think about those strategies?
Exactly, because a lot of people talk about, how do I do the ads right? And I mean, ads can be part of it, but as you say, if you do the content well and you start from that approach, and everyone has a story to tell, and if you do that well and you follow the steps, you can actually start to deliver on, and making the sales easier rather than having people coming in and go, I don't really know your product, but how much are you? To actually go, I know who you are, I know your story, I'm now interested in potentially buying off you. And that's so powerful, and that does cost time, but I think you nailed it very much so where, if you're a new club or a new trainer, quite often the one thing you do have is time. You don't necessarily have a lot of money. Now, maybe if you're an experienced club or an experienced trainer, I don't have a lot of time, but I have income to be able to spend on marketing. So it depends where you're at. But for a lot of people, I've got time, I just don't have a lot of money. I can't afford to do hundreds of dollars on ads and not make them work.
If you're coming in just to learn a tactic, like an Instagram, like a Facebook, what was it something you got out of Instagram possibly from today that they can do to go away with?
I think with Instagram, again, and I suppose you could say from our organisation, one of the things we realised that we were guilty of was being really inconsistent with the messaging. And so we'd post stuff, and some of that stuff was really good, and some of that stuff was a little bit off topic, but it was, but people might want to know this, but it's like, well, what's the message we're trying to say? So I think it applies to us, it applies to every gym, it applies to every personal trainer and yoga studio. What's the actual message you're trying to say to what's your story on Instagram through the different images that you're using, and what's the point of it? And if you're not thinking that first, and everyone wants to go dive down at the tactic, but think of in my view, I think the overall objective first, because once you've got that, then actually what images you take and how you use them is going to be a lot more obvious.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. So looking forward to working with this new partnership. We're going to be here a lot more, and we're doing a lot more of these New Age Online Marketing events. So our mission is like your mission is basically get people healthier, and we believe if we can get to the personal trainer, the club owner, and they engage more people, because a lot of people are still on the couch.
Yeah, totally.
Not everybody's joined the gym. And so if we can get their marketing to get people engaged, that's what we're about here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think we all see lots of stories and images online, which is people perceive as our industry, which is often the body beautiful end, and many in the industry are not that, and therefore they're going, but how do I make sure that my message is out there? Because I'm not trying to get that market, I'm trying to get a different market, and being really clear about what is your positioning within that. And I think that's the stuff that you do incredibly well, is actually help people to tell their story really well. And so the customer they're attracting is the customer that they actually want, not a bunch of people go, oh, okay, I don't like your product. It's like, because your marketing was not actually effective in the first place.
80% close it up before they walk in the door, which I love. Richard, thanks so much for coming down and supporting this event.
It's been great to be here.
Look forward to coming back more. That's a longer part of Quick Wins with Com. It's all about our New Age of Online Marketing event, and that's going to happen all across Australia and New Zealand. I'll see you next time on Quick Wins with Com. Thanks a lot.